Alright, so I actually burnt my taco this morning. This video is inspired by me burning my tacos because I was trying to answer emails and cook at the same time. And don't tell me I'm the only one. I know I cannot be the only one who does this multitask. So this is why I want to talk to you today about the best time management tips for busy entrepreneurs. My name, if you're new to my videos, is Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. Come on over to the website. Make sure you subscribe if you never want to miss a tip or a video. We talk about money, mindset, manifesting, marketing to help you grow your business today. So I want to talk to you about time management tips because this seems to be the biggest issue that entrepreneurs struggle with. And don't look at my hair. Just came back from the pool of hair happening here. So this morning I'm cooking tacos, reading emails, thing burns. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? I really need to get out of the house and leave. So I do. I put my suit on and I go to the pool and enjoy some sun. And then all the screaming kids in the pool, so it's enough of that. I'm back. All right, but that's all I needed to do, right? Just an hour in the sun, some downtime. So I always hear that people, when they, entrepreneurs, when they want to start something new, they always tell me, well, I never have the time. I don't have the time to learn this thing. I don't have the time to, work on this with my business, or I don't have the time to take vacations. Well, the truth is, you're never going to have the time. You gotta make the time, or you gotta take the time. So that's my first time management tip. You're never ever gonna have the time until you take it and you make it. And what about these people who just sit around and do nothing and and have other people do things for them? So I was lying near the pool. I was like, oh, this feels so good, right? The sun. And I was saying to myself, it's okay for me to relax deeply and receive, and I am. It's okay for me to relax deeply and receive, and I do. It's okay for me to relax deeply, and I am. It's okay for me to relax deeply and receive, and I do. So it's kind of going through that affirmation and just noticing how those words, how commanding your mind, because everything's happening in your mind, right? This is all just a projection of the things that we tell ourselves. Just noticing that, oh my gosh, so relaxing. And so first key is, the first way to suffer with time and not having time is to be repeating the mantras, oh my God, there's not enough time, oh my God, that's gonna blow you out. So you gotta make the time, you gotta take the time, that's the first key. And there's a quote that somebody mentioned once. They said, it always stuck with me, if you wanna get something done, give it to the busiest person. They're gonna get it done. Why? Because they are planning. They're planning to get things done. I start my week Monday mornings with a planning ritual. I do it for my clients. I'm part of one myself, and I also do it for my clients. And we map out the big goals that we want to work on during the week, and take some time, like 25 minutes on Monday morning, and actually put it inside our calendars. So tip number 2 is about planning. Planning when you're going to do the work that you want to get done. Otherwise, if you never put it in your calendar, it's never going to get done. And at the same time, I also plan fun things like vacations and trips, and things that have to do with cleaning the house, or getting people to come in and clean the house, or closing the energy leak things, like I gotta go to the accountants, or I gotta bring my dog to get his teeth cleaned because he has horrible breath, right? Like these things that have nothing to do with business, but they kind of chew away in your brain all day long if you don't plan to get them taken care of. So planning, the second key. And that's really a habit, right? I mean, if you want something done, give it to the busiest person. Well, they already have the habit of success. They already have the habit of productivity. And I think, what fuels and feeds that habit is also the habit of totally unplugging and relaxing. How hard is it for you to unplug? I'll tell you right here, I always say I'm going to take the weekend off and never do it. Well, this weekend, took the whole weekend off. I didn't feel guilty about it. Completely unplugged, did not open my computer once. The world didn't fall apart, nobody died. And I think, setting those expectations and those standards is one thing, but actually following through is another. So step number 3 is, what kind of boundaries do you have in your business? There are rules that I have. For example, at 5 p.m. it's end of the work day. There's no more work time, it's family time. I might move that up to 3 p.m., on certain days when the kids are here. But, family time is cutoff time. So there's no more working, there's no more checking in, there's no more, peeking on my iPhone as, the iPhone's there on the counter. It's like, turn the whole thing off and just be there. Otherwise, as an entrepreneur, that you could just run around all day long and never stop. And so I find that I'm the most productive when I do unplug and just turn the brain activity off and recharge. So 4th key here is to not only create healthy boundaries, you know, with your time and space, because you've got no boss, right? I mean, you're the boss, you're the kind of everything when you have a business, until you have other people doing things for you. And even when you have other people doing things for you, you still have to set the standard for them. So my team, you know, if you want me to pay you, well, invoices get sent either before Friday or you get handled on Monday, and that's the way it works. So not only creating the boundaries, but sticking to them. That's the hard part. And we talked about planning vacations. I think, you know, one of the biggest thoughts that makes entrepreneurs suffer, especially entrepreneurs who've been in business for a while, that you shouldn't have to work as hard, shouldn't have to work this hard in my business. I think that's a total lie. It's a total lie. You do need to work, you know, but then take time off. Schedule it, plan your vacations. And if you don't, actually, you're creating more resistance. So this is something really interesting. Whenever I feel, here's my last tip I'm going to share with you, that whenever I feel like I'm, you know, zinging out, too many coffees here, flying, you know, warp speed, and I feel like, wow, I got so much more to do. Oh my gosh, it's like time is slipping away from me. You know, I love to get things. I love to cross things off my list as I work through the day. But I stop and I go outside and, you know, turn everything off and just lie in the sun, and I get into the feeling of having it now. So if you're working too hard all the time and you're always working and pushing and going, you're actually sending up the frequency to the universe that you don't have it yet, which is why you have to work so much, which is totally counterproductive. So it's actually harming you to work that hard, which is why you know, I like to take frequent breaks, work for 90-minute, you know, intervals and gaps, and then take some time off, go for a walk, take the dog for a walk, lie in the sun, go to the pool, you know, do something, eat something, you know, go to the gym, but just break it up and actually come back to the space of, sometimes I just come back in my mind of, what would it be like, you know, if I already had all the things I wanted? And I put myself in that movie screen, because it connects me with those feelings of I already have it. And then you'll see the stress and the like freak out and the intensity of this has to get done now, or else totally fades and dies, and you move into I already have it. And that's actually what brings it in. You know, then you can get to work, you can take action from a place of a lot more relaxation and a lot less resistance, and you get things done quicker. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, kind of on time management, on productivity hacks, and just tips and tools to help you create a life that you love. My name is Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it with your friends and fans, and be sure to come to my website and sign up so you never miss another video. I love you. Have an amazing week.